Hey guys, thank you for joining me for another video. This is Dave from the Hyperspace Vault, and today we're going to be looking at the Star Wars Vintage Collection Remnant Stormtrooper. So this is an awesome figure, and also we're continuing our campaign of hashtag back to the TVC, started by Boss Bounty. And if you there's a change.org petition, so if you go over to that site, we'll leave a link down below. Make sure you sign the petition. That way Hasbro knows to make more vintage collection figures, and that petition has been very successful. I mean, it is up to, as the time we're making this video, it is 7,824 people have signed that petition, so it's very successful. Well on our way to 10,000. That is just like way more than I ever thought that it would make, so that is awesome. So yeah, that's really cool. Also, we're going to start our own hashtag movement here at the Hyperspace Vault, so please help us out. And our hashtag is going to be TVC Fan Vote 2020. And the purpose of that is maybe we can get Hasbro to do a vintage collection fan vote for, let the fans decide what figures are going to be coming out. So, in the past year, they have done 2 fan votes for the Black Series. And they haven't done anything for the vintage collection, so I thought, well, why not? Let's do something for the vintage collection. Let's do a fan vote. Have some figures select for the fans to select, and let's have a fan vote for the vintage collection. That's something very simple that Hasbro could start tomorrow if they wanted to. So, in any social media posts, please use the hashtag TVC Fan Vote 2020. That way maybe Hasbro can, see it, and maybe they'll decide to do a fan vote, later on this year or something. And, maybe next year, we'll get some new figures that the fans can choose. They've done it in the past, several times. Even with, I think they even did one with the Power of the Force figures way back, in the 90s. So, I think it would be easy for them to do. So, yeah, just use hashtag TVC Fan Vote 2020. Alright, let's get into the figure. We have this Remnant Stormtrooper, which is based on the new mold for the Rogue One Stormtrooper, which we did not see here in our area at retail, because we would have definitely picked one up, but we never saw that figure or that whole wave, I don't believe. So this is an all new sculpt, that started with the Rogue One Trooper. This one is like, the Rogue One was really clean and pristine, and this one, of course, has dirt and wear and tear on it. And let's take a look at the back of the card. The Remnant Stormtrooper is VC 165, and there you can see the rest of the figures in the wave. The Mandalorian, Cara Dune, and the Clone Trooper. And of course, I saw Cara Dune several times and the Clone Trooper, but never saw the Mandalorian. Was never lucky enough to find him on the peg. But really cool wave there. A lot of Mandalorian figures, and then they threw in that Clone Trooper. So really cool. And I was really happy to see this wave hitting retail stores. We saw it at Walmart and we saw it at Target. Alright, let's get this figure cracked open and take a closer look. I'm going to try it first and see how well this is glued. It seems like it's glued really well. Some of the earlier waves were not glued very well, and you could just kind of peel it off real easy without damaging the card. So I think I'm just gonna, I don't want to damage the card too much, so I think I'm just going to use a knife and cut the plastic, because it is pretty. They have improved the gluing on these bubbles, and yeah, it's not going to peel off very easily, so it'll probably rip the paper on the card. So I'm just going to slice the bubble open. Peel that out. There it is in the blister pack, and of course they pack in this warning paper, which is just ridiculous. I mean, why do they feel like they have to do this when basically all this information is on the back of the card? I mean, that is just, if they're going to do this, redo your back of the card and include more pictures and make it more vintage looking on the back instead of having all this stuff. if you're going to do this. I would rather them just do away with this paper because it looks kind of silly all folded up in the bottom. Alright, here's the figure out of the packaging. Excellent figure. Really cool Stormtrooper. I've got him posted up here, sort of like in the picture of the card. And yeah, that had no problems at all. Articulation is great. The mold on this figure is absolutely phenomenal. It's an excellent Stormtrooper. Let's take a closer look and get a look at that dirt and wear and tear on this figure. So really cool paint apps. That looks really cool. Excellent mold on the gun also. So really cool figure. Now on the back you do have some paint apps and dirt on the back. You can see they're going down the leg and on the back chest plate. But it is cleaner than the front. So there's not as much, you know, specks and like chips in the armor and stuff as they did put on the front. So it is a little clean, but of course when you have this on display, you know, people are going to see the front of it, not the back of the figure. So it's you know, not a big deal really. But yeah, this is an excellent figure. And let's go through the articulation a little bit. His knee leg goes up that far. His feet do swivel and rock. His thigh does swivel, as low as his lower thigh does too. Head moves side to side and up and down slightly. Alright, I'm going to get into my ratings. I'm going to rate this figure 5 stars. I mean, it is excellent Stormtrooper in the 3.75 inch scale. I don't see how they could ever improve. I mean, eventually they probably will with you know, more advanced technology in the future. But for right now, I mean, you cannot beat this Stormtrooper at this scale. Paint apps, and they've got that Remnant Stormtrooper look down really good. The weapon is molded excellent, and the articulation is great on this figure. So there's many posable ability options, and this is a great figure for army building if you can find them. I think you can order cases of this figure by itself from like Dorkside Toys and maybe Entertainment Earth. So check those sites out if you're interested in this figure or interested in army building. You can get a case of these. Really excellent figure. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel out. And when we reach 500 subscribers, back here in the background you see this carbonized Mandalorian. We're going to be giving that away as soon as we hit 500 subscribers. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to use the hashtag #BackTheTVC, our new hashtag TVC FanVote 2020. Let's make Hasbro do a fan vote for the vintage collection. You know, they've done 2, like I said earlier. They've already done 2 for the Black Series, 1 last year, 1 this year, and nothing for the vintage collection. So let's have a fan vote and let the fans decide what vintage collection figures will be made. Again, thank you for joining us on this video. May the Force be with you.